to speak on behalf of Ms. Louise Morgan.
Ms. Lyle, members of the MICDS faculty and staff, fellow students, class of 2011, it is a great privilege to speak to you today. Someone once told me you can tell a lot about a person from their handshake. When I first met Ms. Morgan, I was serving as a defense attorney in the annual 8th grade mock trial. Ms. Morgan walked around Harris reading room, shaking each one of our hands. When she finally came to me, her grip was firm, her megawatt smile was massive, and her eyes were piercing. Let me tell you, that was one of the most intense handshakes I've ever had. So, needless to say, I was, well, intimidated. I don't want to say frightened, because that implies a certain sense of meanness that, given Miss Morgan's true dedication and commitment to each student she interacts with, is simply not the case. But people who are decisive and constantly using their own personal inertia to propel others forward can be, at first glance, intimidating. While many of us, like myself, are groping in the dark, trying to figure out what to do from hour to hour and day to day, Ms. Morgan has always been this driving force, no matter how many backseat drivers, telling us, here's where we're going and here's how we're going to get there. It was only after I began to work with Ms. Morgan on the Honor Council that I saw what a steadfast compass she was for her students, and I realized how truly blessed I am to have worked so closely with her. Not to sound cheesy, who am I kidding? I love a little cheese, but I've learned many great lessons from many great teachers at this school. Mr. Shockley taught me to do the right thing, simply, or not so simply, because it's the right thing to do. Mr. Rhodes encouraged me to see the forest, not the trees. And Mr. B showed me that mathematics is as much about discovering the perseverance threshold as it is about discovering the fourth derivative. But I must say, it was Miss Morgan who taught me one of the most important lessons of all, the art of leadership. Art of leadership, what does that mean? Decisiveness, compassion, an innate sense of fairness, and an entire devotion to the people you're leading. No one here can deny that Miss Morgan has used her authority to influence, challenge, and encourage every student she's met and this institution as a collective to reach their full potential. She has shown me that a great leader is one who makes their point clear, but is willing to listen and learn. A great leader is about justice, but willing to accommodate times when strict adherence to a rule would not be fair. A great leader knows when to be earnest, but realizes the great power of humor and a happy team. Given this yin and yang, it is easy to see how leadership is the art of balance. I can think of no better example of Miss Morgan's balancing act than one late Honor Council night after 9 hours of grappling with the issue at hand. Students were worried, teachers were agitated, nerves were frayed. And the council was in disagreement with each other and with Miss Morgan. It was not the ideal situation. But Miss Morgan was there, the steadfast, balanced leader, reminding us of why we were in that room. For our students, our institution, and the integrity that held those two so closely together. Even when she didn't agree with our recommendation, even when we were on completely opposite ends of the spectrum, Ms. Morgan was encouraging us to make our argument, speak our mind, and take a stand. Now, Ms. Morgan clearly has the Steely put to you challenge and see you succeed side of leadership down. But it was a delight to see with what compassion came those ever so high expectations. On my way out of her office, she always offers a little Hershey's Kiss or Kit Kat bar to make your day a little sweeter. Or she'd flash her signature smile and wink when passing in the hall. Or simply when we sit down, she takes the time to ask, "How are you?" I now realize that during those late honor council nights or hallway passings, I was under the influence of a true leader. Someone whose ultimate mission was not authority, but to impart the very leadership qualities she possesses to those she leads. The author of the Tao, Lao Tzu, summarized a great leader quite perfectly. He said, "When the best leader's work is done, the people say, we did it ourselves." So today, I say to you, Ms. Morgan and MICDS, look around. Look what we've accomplished. Thank you.
Try humor and friendly personality along with his summer hats to keep the sun off of bald heads and terroristics that come to thinking of it all. He's an ideal employee, extremely reliable, always.
But you know, in our midst today, we have some national celebrities. We have people who were seen on television by millions, who sang in Times Square and have made MICDS proud. So I invite the chamber choir, come up front, and let's get a live rendition of Dynamite.
I throw my hands up in the air sometimes, saying, hey-oh, gotta let go. I wanna celebrate and live my life, saying, hey-oh, baby, let's go. I came to dance, 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 with my influence, that's my plans. Yeah, I learn all my favorite friends. Let me space from both my hands, yeah, because it goes on and on and on, and it goes on and on and on, yes. I throw my hands up in the air sometimes, saying, hey, oh, gotta let go. I wanna celebrate and live my life, saying, hey, oh, baby, let's go. 'Cause we gon' rock this club, we gon' go all night, we gon' light it up like it's dynamite. 'Cause I told you once, now I told you twice, we gon' light it up like it's dynamite. I came to move, get out the way of me and my crew. I'm in club, so I'm gonna do just what I came here to do, yeah, 'cause it goes on and on and on, and it goes on and on and on, yeah. I throw my hands up in the air sometimes, saying, hey, oh, gotta let go. I wanna celebrate and live my life, saying, hey, oh, baby, let's go. 'Cause we gon' rock this club, we gon' go all night, we gon' light it up like it's dynamite. 'Cause I told you once, now I told you twice, we gon' light it up like it's dynamite. I'm gonna take it all night, I'm gonna be the last one standing up all alone and all night. I'm gonna be the last one landing. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, I just want it all. I just want it all. Oh yeah, I'm gonna put my hands in the air, hands in the air. Put your hands in the air. I throw my hands up in the air sometimes, saying, hey, oh, gotta let go. I wanna celebrate and live my life, saying, hey, oh, baby, let's go.
sweetheart. She's awesome.
Aw, Becca. Are you gonna try this?
But you know, I'm a little biased, but dang, even if you weren't mine, you were excellent.
Thanks, Ma.